Hey Canucks fans, was last night a case of bad luck or a bad team? I'm Clay Emo. I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. And this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary for Thursday, March the 5th. Thank you to everyone who joined me for my impromptu post-game live stream. It was a lot of fun. We went for 40 minutes or so. You can check out the archive or the replay on my YouTube channel. But unsurprisingly, people were frustrated. They were mad. They were sad. They were irritated. They were angered. And they were worried and concerned that the Canucks will indeed not finish in a playoff position. We now know that the Canucks are tied for the first wildcard spot with Winnipeg and with Arizona, the team that beat them last night. However, the Canucks have 2 fewer games than both of those teams, so by virtue of that, they are in the first wildcard spot, even though they are tied in points. But with Calgary's late comeback win over Columbus, not sure why we couldn't do that. Calgary's now 3 points up on the Canucks, although the Canucks still have a couple games in hand on Calgary. So, not the best result in the standings from last night's 4-2 loss. And the Canucks aren't playing well right now. They've lost 4 straight. They've been outscored 18-9 in those 4 games. There's a bunch of empty net goals in there, but still, a couple things I want to talk about last night's game. Firstly, what I led with, is it a case of bad luck or are we a bad team right now? Maybe the answer is a combination of both. From the bad luck standpoint, the first goal that went off of Markstrom, very fluky. I think people were saying a 1 in 100 or 1 in 1,000. And actually, there's a goaltender who plays at junior level in Ontario. He was in my live stream because I kind of said that Demko should have made a better play on it, but he was really good. He actually said, no, that is a completely fluky goal, and Demko did everything right. And that's what I've been reading since then. So I take that part back. That was a very fluky goal. That did weird deflection off Soderberg's stick and then off of Demko's shoulder into the net. And then the second goal for Arizona, also momentum killer, but also quite fluky as well. Just a regular routine around the boards play behind the Canucks net, and then it just bounced off the toe of Stetcher's skate as opposed to the fleshy part or the middle part, I should say, if you know the flat part, if you know what I mean. And it goes off of Stetcher's toe, goes on in the middle, just out of his reach, and boom, boom, quick pass over and a rebound goal by the Coyotes, and then they didn't look back from there. Third goal, not so much a bad bounce or bad luck, but a really good deflection, and nothing, you can't really fault Demko on that one. So 2 of those goals, those 3 goals, you couldn't fault Demko on them because 2 of them were bad luck. But, and Demko did make 36 saves out of 39 shots. So a lot of people were saying that he had a great game last night on my post-game vlog. And I said, no, he had a good game, but it wasn't a great game. And I'm not blaming him. But sometimes you need your goalie to come up with a big save. You need your goalie to steal a win. You need a goalie to come up with a save that he probably shouldn't have. And we've been hearing, as Markstrom got hurt, a lot of these kind of stats where he's responsible for saving X number of goals. That I think the stat was that he's responsible solely for 8 wins, which is huge. And we're starting to see that. And we're starting to see that because Vancouver is playing the exact same way that they did when Markstrom was in net. So a bit loose defensively, collapsing a little bit, letting him see the shots, hopefully, and make the save. I think the Canucks are playing the exact same way, because they got outshot a lot of times when Markstrom was in net. But the difference is Markstrom had the ability and the experience and the wherewithal to make that clutch save, whether it's a double pad stack or a quick glove or just getting a blocker or a stick on something on a shot that you wouldn't think he'd be able to save. Markstrom was able to do that, not every single game, but once every 2, once every 3 games, and that makes a huge difference. That's 1 or 2 less goals fewer goals in those games, and then that results in 7 or 8 wins that you're not supposed to have. So I'm not blaming Demko, certainly not blaming Domingue in his game, but you can't argue with the stats. 18 goals, yes, albeit 3 or 4 of them empty netters, but 18 goals in the past 4 games. Now on the flip side, the Canucks offense got to be better. They've only scored 3 once, and then the other 3 games there are only 2 goals. So they need. Where's that team that scored 9 against Boston, against the 2 of the best goalies in the league, right? In Rask and Halak, that combination. So the Canucks got to find their swagger, and they got to find it quick. And it's tough because we're missing our number 1 goalie. It's tough because we're missing our number 1 right winger. So the Canucks did well from the injury standpoint until the past few weeks, and we're seeing that it's hard to make up with the loss of your number 1 goalie and then your number 1 right winger. So that's where they're at right now. That's where they're at. And another funny thing that came up in yesterday's vlog is people were trying to not tempt me, but they're asking, hey, Clay, do you ever get mad? Do you ever get upset? How can you talk for 40 minutes straight and not lose your temper and not lose? And I basically said on there, yeah, I have a short temper. I admit it. That's one of my faults. I definitely get impatient, and I get upset. I get mad. I get sad when the Canucks, I get frustrated when they don't win. But it wouldn't make any sense for me to come on 40 minutes and just rant on here, because I'm already get excited when I speak. If I was yelling and screaming and pounding my fist, I think I'd become even more incoherent than usual. So, I'll keep that behind those closed doors. Some were saying that not they want to see more emotion. They're not saying I'm not an emotional person, but I was trying to say that in the vlogs I try and remain even keel, level headed, and try and give fair, unbiased analysis despite my desire for the Canucks to win, obviously. So speaking of unbiased but positive and desire Canucks to win, I'm appearing with Tej and his crew on the Larshcast tonight. We're recording later tonight, and they usually pump that episode out the same night or the first thing next morning. So look for that over the next 24, 48 hours. I'm also appearing with my lovely and talented musical collab partner, Marie Huey. So we're not only going to talk about Canucks, but we're going to talk about some of our creative exploits as well. So I'm looking forward to being with Tej and the boys tonight on the Larshcast, and I'll be certainly talking about that tomorrow and sharing that, or even tonight once it does come out. So I'm looking forward to a nice change. I'm talking about Canucks, and hopefully Tej is also, he's just as positive as me, gets some more Twitter fights than me, but because I'm very non-confrontational, but I can't wait to be in studio with the guys tonight. All right, so there we go. Love your comments, love your feedback. Talk about last night's game. You can answer my first question, my lead question is, was it a matter last night of bad luck and bad bounces, or are we a bad team, or is it a combination of both? And you can't say we're a bad team, but we're certainly not playing well right now, whether it's defensively or holding on to leads, on all these things. I'm not blaming Travis Green. A lot of people on my vlog were saying to fire Travis Green. I don't think that's the issue right now. I just think, but it is confidence and it is execution, and a lot of that does come from the coaching, but it comes from the players as well. So no, I don't think we should fire Travis Green, but I do think the Canucks, they got to get a win soon, and they got Colorado on Friday, Columbus on Sunday, and the Islanders on Tuesday. 3 really tough teams, but the Canucks, they can be a good team. And hopefully they can start to make some luck of their own. So Canucks fans, leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. Subscribe if you'd like to. Like this video if you'd like to. Enjoy the day. God bless. Go Canucks, go.